Namaste. I'm greatly indebted to India CSR for this honor, for the service that you have been doing for more than a decade of bringing about awareness regarding corporate social responsibility and bringing together people and organizations to discuss sustainable development goals, see areas of synergy, and help people collaborate to make action plans. And the great initiative of recognizing achievements and contributions made by individuals and organizations towards sustainable development goals. As I have been selected as a representative of Rotary here, I would like to share a few of the things that Rotary International has been doing, just as a brief introduction, and then I would come to the various initiatives that we have been doing. Before I embark on that, I just want to congratulate about every year's records. And I was just going through the last year's record of the CSR 2020 awards. And I happened to see that Mr. Mayank Gandhi, one of my favorite social entrepreneurs, has been recognized. I have worked with him on the Marathwada region with farmers planting fruit trees. And I'm so grateful that India CSR has recognized him. He is a pioneer and somebody whom I look up to. I also had the fortune of listening to the Chief Operating Officer of SR, Mr. Rodriguez, and I was so touched by his presentation. And I have had the honor of working with CSR in my private capacity as a coach and a trainer. And I was so touched by the enormous depth and the diversity of people whom we have selected to recognize in this through this initiative of yours. Now, coming back to Rotary International that I represent. You all are aware of Rotary, and yet just let me give a brief introduction. So Rotary International is one of the largest service organizations in the world. And as of November 2023, Rotary International has more than 35,000 clubs and 1.4 million members spread over 200 countries and geographical areas. Sorry, not 35,000, about 45,000 clubs and 1.4 billion members all over the world. Approximately 47 million volunteer hours are put in each year by these members. And the clubs are all divided into 530 districts. And we belong to District 3141, Mumbai. So throughout the world, Rotary works on certain focus areas. One is water and sanitation, then maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, environment, promoting peace, and fighting disease. Every year, we find that several clubs get together and we do projects in all these areas. So unless there is synergy and we get together, we have realized that we cannot pull our resources, our intellectual capacities, our professional skills, vocational skills, and bring them to the fore in order to contribute for the enhancement of skills and also to develop the world. So now, what are the projects that we have been focusing on and where I have been involved in? Like I said, that I have been involved in a project with Mayank Gandhi. We also do several projects with schools. We are doing these projects for environment. All these projects are there. But there is one project that we have been doing year on year. That is pediatric heart surgery. Now, why is this so important? Why have I been doing this year on year? Every year, about 2.5 crore children are born in India. And more than 2 lakh children are born with heart disease, that is, with congenital heart disease. And 1/5 of them, about 40,000, are highly likely to be in a very serious condition that require surgery within the first year of birth. And most of these children are born in rural areas, in poor families, where the mother has not gone in the early stages of pregnancy for a checkup. And so the child's health issues have not been detected. And they also naturally belong to poor economic background. And many of them have not had sufficient nutrition also during pregnancy. Now, a baby's heart development starts very early in pregnancy and almost completed in 6 to 8 weeks of pregnancy. So if any this defect is there, or that occurs in this crucial time period, then the baby will be born with congenital heart defects. So this congenital heart disease is a general term for a range of birth defects that affect the normal way the heart works. Now, the term congenital means the condition is present from birth. So that is a congenital heart disease. In this condition, the entire left side of the heart, including the valves and the blood vessels, are underdeveloped. Without prompt treatment, the baby is likely to die within days or weeks of birth. Symptoms include a gray complexion. The child looks very gray and severe breathing difficulties. Now, babies with critical congenital heart disease need surgery or other treatment within the first year of life. Without treatment, critical congenital heart disease can cause very serious health problem and death. The child may not grow up to be an adult. Children with this congenital heart disease experience a high prevalence of developmental delays and disabilities, with severe impairment in early childhood. So they can have emotional problems such as anxiety and depression also. Now, what do parents go through? That is the most painful thing. Children are small. They don't perhaps recognize, at least until they grow up to be 2 or 3. But parents suffer emotional breakdown and experience a range of emotions. They go through denial, sadness, isolation, shock, feeling guilty, and experience the most difficult moments in parenting life when they have to face others and sometimes when they are alone with themselves, as feeling of failure. For some parents, a child's born with congenital heart disease can be a crisis. Therefore, they deny it and they do not seek treatment or seek confirmation through a diagnosis by doctors. They don't even go. So a lady whom I met, she said, my husband said our baby is healthy and doesn't need any treatment, okay? So he says the doctors are wrong. He's not willing to take the child, said her mother. So for some time, they like to live in a world of delusion. I've heard mothers go through severe shock. Some of them don't talk for days. Some of them cry continuously. They described it that when the doctor told me about my child, it felt like somebody poured a bucket of boiling hot water over my head. Then somebody said, when I found out my baby has a heart disease, I felt as though my leg broke and I just sank. Somebody said, I felt as though I died and I've been walking like a zombie. I don't feel that I've ever lived after that moment. Then another mother said, I don't know how my day and night are passing. And somebody said, I'm not able to stand on my feet. Whenever I think of my child, I feel as though I'm developing rubbery legs. And a mother said, I was unconscious for hours after I was informed about this. And a mother said, I didn't talk to anyone for a long time and I was just by myself. I didn't want to see anyone. And fathers, many of them don't even want to talk about it. They don't even look at your face and talk. So overall, parents feel very guilty for not diagnosing the child's congenital heart disease during pregnancy, and some of them for not seeking a diagnosis at the earliest time, or looking for modern healthcare facilities, and for having given birth to that child with that abnormality. So they feel guilty. We were upset that we didn't understand our child's illness. Oh, how could we have been so foolish? How we could have been so irresponsible? These are the several feelings that fathers have expressed. Often mothers sell jewelry or home furnishings or borrow from others to take their child to the country's health centers, which are mostly located in cities, to make sure that they do everything that they can to do to improve the child's health. The fathers said that they sold out their homes, sometimes their fields and agricultural lands. Sometimes they borrowed from their brothers, and they used to have a lot of family feuds because of that, because they are demanding money constantly. So there are parents who have even sold their vital organs to cover the cost of their child's treatment or to take them to modern health center despite this severe financial crunch. Sometimes we would go to the doctor. We would buy food for my son, but my husband and I would go hungry, said a mother. That is the kind of poverty with which they come to the cities. They often sleep on the streets because they cannot afford a hotel. Parents suffer from anger because of unawareness of the process of treatment and the process of care. That is what they have to do. Even after they come, they are very confused. They're not prepared for the repeated hospital visits. They do not know how to face the economic consequences of the child's illness. They cannot go continuously for jobs themselves. Mothers have to drop out of their jobs. Fathers have to drop out of their jobs, or sometimes the elder siblings cannot be taken care of, or they have to leave the elder child or the younger child with other relatives in order to, so that they could go to school. So separation from the other children, and also the stress of leaving the other children in the care of other people, lack of knowledge about the future of the disease, disturbances in the life and routine of family members and other activities. Oh God, the kind of pain these people go through is so much. When my son needed surgery, I hoped to have 1 hour to take rest somewhere. My feet were swollen, and I wished to take my shoes off and sit somewhere, but we were in the hospital for more than 1 month, running from pillar to post with my child in the ICU. And we were in the corridors and sleeping on streets. We can't afford private rooms or even daycare beds, said many of the parents. So many parents also said that they experienced emotional separation, even though they lived together. A father said that it looks like the child is her world. I don't exist for her. So I'm standing there, but she doesn't see me. And the mother says, we are living together, but we are separated. We don't talk anymore about us. So, friends, most of us are very lucky. We have healthy children. We can kiss, play, listen to the lisp of the children, run, laugh, feed the child, climb, see the children climb, jump, sing, dance without any fear. We are not afraid that a child would fall, faint, gasp for breath, or die every moment. But these parents live with that fear. They see sometimes that even if you give them a chocolate, they're struggling to swallow it. They're struggling to even to swallow that saliva that comes when they have the chocolate. Even that they can give in very small bits. That is the kind of struggle that these parents go through. So Rotary District 3141 has signed up an MOU with Kokilaben Ambani Hospital, and surgeries are done. If I talk about the pain, it will go on and on. So I'm coming back to the district. So Rotary District 3141 has signed up an MOU with Kokilaben Ambani Hospital, Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital, and they have done yeoman service with us for these patients. So patients don't have to pay a single pie for the surgery and offer the post-operative care. And patients get first-class treatment like any other patient who pays full amount. The patients who are sponsored by Rotary, and this program has been going on for years. More than 5,000 children have received this treatment from Kokilaben Ambani Hospital. They work day and night and help us to do the service. And we have been able to do this primarily because of CSR from several organizations. We all clubs come together. And Rotary Foundation also gives us grants. So we collect the CSR money and we pool the money in the foundation. And then the foundation also contributes to the cost of the surgery. So at least 1/3 of the cost comes from the foundation. So we are able to help more children.
सध्या 8 वर्षाची मला आधी त्याचं ऑपरेशन करायला सांगितलं.
पापा को था बीमारी था, तो हम 3 भाई लोग को आया था। दिल में सुराख था।
मेरी बेटी अलीना जो 10 महीने की है, उसके हार्ट में प्रॉब्लम है।
और उसी का साइन हॉस्पिटल में जन्म हुआ था, तो उसी समय डॉक्टर बोले हुए थे कि वो इसका हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम है। डॉक्टर ने इमीडिएटली एको किया और डॉक्टर ने बताया कि अभी के अभी तुरंत ही आपको इसका ऑपरेट करवाना पड़ेगा, बलूनिंग करवाना पड़ेगा।
एको में उसके दिल में छेद आया। मेरी सास पैसे देने से मना कर दिए कि पैसे भी बचने वाली नहीं है, तो मैं उसके लिए पैसे नहीं दूंगी। और उसके बाद मेरी सास ने हम वहां से निकाल दिया। बोले कि वो ऐसे
When we started the hospital, we wanted to bridge all the gaps that exist in our healthcare system. And so we decided we will start a comprehensive children's heart center.
When I met Mrs. Ambani for the first time, I could see the fierce desire to have a program which makes a change.
The ethos of the entire vision was the fact that we want to do something which doesn't exist, and we want to do it at international standards.
I decided to move here and set up the program.
We joined here as a congenital heart team, which means there would be a set of surgeons, there would be a set of cardiologists, pediatric cardiac anesthesiologists, pediatric cardiac intensivist, and so on. So there is basically no doubling up any role.
We have 3 very high-end pediatric echocardiography machines. We have a state-of-art cardiac catheterization laboratory.
We have the latest Heartfelt machine available in the world as of today. We are open to children from every class of society.
No child is sent away. Every child is treated over here.
तो यहाँ पे अंदर घुसने से पहले ही हमको ऐसा लगा कि इतना बड़ा हॉस्पिटल है, तो यहाँ पे इलाज का पैसा भी उतना ही लेंगे। फिर बच्चे लोग का इलाज करने के लिए मेरे पास पैसा नहीं थे, बर्तन घस के उन लोग को पालती थी। Almost all 80% we get below lower poverty level people. So what hospital does for them, they try to help them. And there are cases we have seen during our rounds, we came to know the mother is not eaten her lunch. She said, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है क्योंकि सारे money got over. That kind we get. So we do try to help them.
Sometimes we internally fund. At the same time, we have now a wide network of donors. We realize that there are numerous children who are very poor, and heart surgery is a very expensive area. I thought this was a fabulous opportunity for Rotary to come in.
So moment the child is come here, it is first examined. How much it will cost is explained to the parents. Parent, if it needs a financial help, they are put either to the social worker or to us.
Rotary decides to fund the surgery, but there's an interview taken of the parents. They range anywhere from, a lakh of a rupee and go up to 4 lakh rupees.
We support the people who are below poverty line. The aim is that if there is something we can do for them, we get a satisfaction. One life is saved.
You get so much emotionally attached, not only to the child, but also to the family, because they are absolutely depending on the Rotary, on the doctors, on the hospital.
Rotary per se has managed to make this an ongoing, continuous project where we're probably touching 500 children per year. But the need is much more. There are a lot of people waiting for these surgeries. Specialized medical care is not within the reach of many who actually need it. Many touching moments. I have seen a child of, I think, Solapur, very poor, came here breathless. Operation done, the relatives they came, touched my feet. Till today, I have decided I will not visit any other child's parents after pediatric heart surgery. Just put it. I am going to appeal to my Rotarians, be gods, gods of small surgeries, gods of small children.
त्या दिवशी सकाळी 10 वाजता मुलाला ऑपरेशनला नेलं तेव्हा आम्ही दोघांनी काही जेवणच केलं नाही, पण असे विचार यायला लागले तर आता आपल्या मुलाचं कसं होईल, काय होईल. 5 घंटे का ऑपरेशन था, मेरे को बहुत डेंजर लगा, मतलब ना दिमाग ही नहीं काम चला. बचपन से अभी बोलेगा तो डेंजर, मतलब बच्ची को फाड़े नहीं और ऑपरेशन करने. ऑपरेशन थिएटर में मेरे को लेके है ना, बच्ची को देखते समय मेरे को बहुत बुरा लगा. बाहर बैठ कर चाय की दुकान पर आंसू बहाते थे. क्या करते?
It's very painful to see that. You see the parents waiting outside the OT, waiting for good news to come. I think it was a surgery on a 10-day-old baby. And it was very, very sad, yeah.
कोणताही मेसेज बाहेर आला नाही, ऑपरेशन झालंय चांगलं किंवा काय. हा ऑपरेशनचा मेसेज बाहेर न आल्यामुळं आम्हाला फार अगदी म्हणजे ते पूर्णपणे आमचा तोल ढासळलेला होता, की आम्हाला वाटत होतं की काय प्रॉब्लेम असेल म्हणूनच आम्हाला सांगत नाहीत.
सगळे विचार मी परमेश्वरला सांगितलं. एक वरचा देव नाही, खालचा देव. हे सरांमुळेच आपलं बाळ वाचल तो वाचल.
हम लोग तो उम्मीद छोड़ दिए थे अपने बच्चे की, पर जब डॉक्टर साहब वो ओटी से निकल के बताए तो बहुत खुशी मिली हमको.
जब डॉक्टर निकले वो हंसते हुए निकले, तभी थोड़ा सा हंसी आ गई चेहरे पे कि डॉक्टर हंस रहे तो यानी कि बच्चा ठीक है.
ज्यावेळी आम्हाला समजलं की मुलगीचं ऑपरेशन चांगल्या पद्धतीने झालेलं आहे, त्यावेळी तो आनंदाचा क्षण फार मोठा.
Once you touch the life of a child, that's the greatest service you can do to that child.
And you are making somebody live, and that has made your life worth. They come back to you on their first birthday. They come back saying that you came first in the race. It makes you feel privileged that you could help that child who wouldn't have survived for even a month. And when the baby comes and hug you, that makes a lot of difference.
I think there's no better specialty than this.
ऑपरेशन करने
मम्मी पापा ये पैसे नहीं थे, नताशा मैम ने हेल्प की है, उसकी वजह से मेरा ऑपरेशन हो पाया. इसकी वजह से मैं आज इधर बैठे हूँ. इधर से ऑपरेशन करने के बाद बहुत मस्ती करती है. मैं अभी डॉक्टर को पूछ रहा भाई इतना ऑपरेशन करने इतना भागदौड़ करती है क्या.
मुझे अच्छा लगता है.
उन लोगों हाथ जोड़ के उन लोगों ने मैं प्राण करता हूँ. मेरे को उनके मालूम नहीं था मैं जीऊंगा कि नहीं जीऊंगा. मेरे भाई लोग जिए, उन लोगों से मैं आज लाइफ में जी रहा हूँ.
अभी मैं अच्छा हो चुका हूँ तो मैं बड़ा होकर पायलट बनना चाहता हूँ. मैम ने मेरे बच्चों को एक नई जिंदगी दी है.
शुक्रिया करके
उनके लिए दुआ देते हम लोग, कैसा मेरा बच्चा और एक जन्म लेके आया, ऐसा फीलिंग हुआ कि मुझसे एक पैसे नहीं लिए और मेरे बच्चे को जिंदगी दे दिए। मैं इन लोगों को थैंक यू बोलना चाहूंगी और डॉक्टर को भी थैंक यू बोलना चाहूंगी।
आज जाताना हा दिवस एवढा चांगला असा वाटतो की हा पण आम्ही कधी विसरू शकता।
लोग भगवान को मानते हैं, लेकिन हम तो भगवान इन्हीं को मानते हैं, क्योंकि हमने भगवान को देखा नहीं, भगवान से भी ऊपर है।
Thank you, India CSR, for giving me this opportunity to share the work that we do. Thank you to every individual donor and organization who has been a part of this huge, beautiful project. I request everyone who can contribute and who can be a part of this project to do so. This will last a lifetime with you. You are not saving one life, you save an entire family. Thank you.